If you could fasten your seatbelts,
Put your
ladies and
seatbelt on,
gentlemen.
mate. Put up your tray tables.
Do that again.
Are we taking off or are we landing? What are we doing here?
I'm in business class. I'm going to put.
Oh, you got the say, yeah, I'm in business. Yeah, that'd be right. I'm in economy.
You're
in business class.
You're in United business class, and you think.
No, I'm actually in first class. Mate.
I often sit down, and the first thing I do is buckle. I put my blanket on, then I buckle. Then I buckle up.
Blanket on before you take off.
I'm always blanketed up.
Are you an old woman?
Then I put the seatbelt on over the top because I don't want to get woken up to put my seatbelt on if they don't trust me. Then I think I'm good now. I can sit with my laptop on my iPad and I can just watch this. And then I think I've done the right thing. I'm a good traveller. And then you walk through and they go, "Excuse me, just the." And I'm like, I always forget.
Qantas have that too now
because not everyone has it.
Yeah.
It's a real first world problem.
Real problem, isn't it? Travel in business class. I've got to put another belt on. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, how much is
how
much is the sash going to help me in a plane crash?
Well, exactly right. Yeah, not
Let's
much.
be honest.
Just a bit of peace of mind on your part.
Is it though?
Yeah, I'm protected, but.
I prefer to go
what's your do you like? We travel so much. You've obviously described some of your process. So you put on your little old lady blanket on, right?
Yeah.
And,
Saks Fifth Avenue, thank you very much.
Oh, so is that your own blanket?
No, it's United Airlines.
United, okay, right.
Polaris.
But so yeah, do you get all your stuff out at the start? Like when I get on board, like I take out my book, my headphones, my Sudoku puzzle, everything. That I
absolutely am.
Do you unload straight away? Unload your stuff straight away. I don't know what you're talking about.
I absolutely do. So I'll get on. I go, okay, what do I need? I need iPad. I need headphones. I'll get an over-ear and an in-ear set.
I got the in-ears in my pocket.
I've normally got a couple of chocolates in my bag that I'll take out and put in the little nook. I'll grab the headphones from the thing and I'll throw them in the overhead bin because I don't want them.
They're normally out of the way.
No, they're taking up space in my little locker.
Your little storage locker.
Yeah, this is massive first world business class challenges. Then I'll take my hat off, my jacket off, my shoes off.
That's right. You're a hat man on a plane.
And I'll put all of them in the overhead locker.
So hang on.
With my bag.
Now, here's one thing I don't do. I don't take my shoes off until we're cruising altitude.
No, I've always got my shoes off.
No, mate. In the event of an emergency, you want to have your shoes on, mate, to be able to get out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have it, put it this way, you take your shoes off and something happens, right? Takeoff or landing is the time where something's going to happen. And if you need to make an emergency landing or something, and you need to, the first thing they say is get out of here. I don't want to be running barefoot through, glass and rocks and whatever. Have my shoes still on, mate. I'll be out of there.
I'm pretty confident if something's going to happen, shoes ain't going to be the issue.
No, but I mean, you want to be able to, and I keep my wallet in my pocket too.
But if,
wallet in my pocket, shoes still on.
If I notice that you've tragically passed in the incident, I'll take your shoes and your hanky just in case I need them.
Oh, I definitely have the hanky. Hanky's there straight away. Absolutely.
Just to pad down any wounds.
Hanky's in the pocket with my earphones.
I'll walk up to Stephen and I'll just give him a quick, hang on, is he still breathing? Quick check on the neck.
How morbid. What a morbid conversation. Wow. And what about you? I'll be thinking, now you know what I'll do? I'll take your old lady blanket and put it over the top of your head. And then, Trevor's no longer with us. Put it over your head.
Yep, no, he's gone. Old lady blanket, put it over it. Anyway, so shoes, hat, jacket up on top of my bag. And it's very rare that I need to go back to my bag.
Right.
Except in when we're flying back into Australia. I don't bring my passport or anything down, so I'll normally keep my wallet up there.
Why would you need your passport?
Just because my passport folder has my pen in it so that I can fill out my entry form.
No, I've normally got a pen because I've got an erasable pen for my Sudoku puzzle.
Although, while I was waiting for my baggage last time, I grabbed 200 Australian entry forms, and I'm just going to pre-fill them out.
Yeah, they're going to change them,
They're going to get rid of them.
They're going to get rid of it.
They're going to make it an app.
But how'd you do that?
What do you mean?
You just got them from
down at the baggage. They're just there.
Right.
They're just sitting there. Yeah,
right.
Good to go.
So you just fill some out. You just leave the blank spaces blank.
Leave
flight
a couple
number
of pieces blank. Yeah,
flight number. And
everything else stays the same.
You bring in $10,000 worth of cash. You're ticking
definitely
that one.
Not
ticking that.
Yeah, definitely not. Anyway, so definite creature of habit.
Yeah.
And then
I get all my stuff out. But what do you say? You put all you're wearing a jacket for a start, so I wouldn't have a jacket on.
What if it's a cold day?
Are you a pajamas man? If they offer you pajamas,
you know what? If I know this is going to be, if it's 10 hours or more, and I know I'm going to sleep, I'll hit the pajamas.
Get the PJs.
I don't put them on until we're in flight, though.
Same. I know.
Not for the reasons that you do, but because there's just more people looking at you before you take off. So I don't want people staring at my fat body in unfitting pajamas.
Mate, do you remember the story of when I travelled first class and Malcolm Turnbull was on there as well?
Yeah.
Him and his missus both PJs on before takeoff.
Wow.
Both PJs on. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, and they're nice. The grouse first-class pajamas, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And that was the trip that I gave him up, that he's coming back into Australia. Remember, I tweeted that he's on my flight, and all the media were alerted. And he's probably thinking, how the hell did these people find out?
And he looked around and went, it's the...
And they went,
bloke.
Fennec. I know, before we even got back to the terminal, we landed, Triple M Melbourne, Seb Costello. Was that his name, Costello?
Yeah.
Seb, is it Seb Costello?
Peter Costello's son.
Yeah. I was on the radio with him. We were still taxiing to the
and you're like,
gate.
He's just sitting
Mate,
near me.
He just. We had for dinner. We had this. He was going through the menus and all that sort of stuff. And then, and I remember then his bodyguards sort of were around him. They sort of came on, and he still had protection around him or something. But he's probably thinking, how the devil did this happen?
How the devil?
Who gave me up? And it was me. It was me.
I like being a creature of habit. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, no, mate, I'm the biggest creature of habit, as you are. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll download. We need to write a list during the private for me. I've got a bit of flying next week, so I'll download some shows. I'm due.
I've
due
got
a bit
some
of a binge.
great recommendations for the private feed.
I'm due a bit of a binge, so I'll do some downloads on Saturday, and then I fly on Sunday. So good times.
Boom.
Back to you. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with being a creature of habit, folks.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you know what to expect. With me, you know what to expect, and with Trev, you know what to expect.
If you see me on a plane,
check out his old lady blanket first.
With shoes on and a hat on, you know something's gone on.
Something's happened. Yeah.
Like, what's wrong, mate? Everything all right?
You'll see my shoes straight on. They'll still be on before takeoff.
Also, it's like when what was it last year? Last year we went to Paris.
Yeah.
And Stig and I were on a Qatar flight that didn't leave. Like it was.
Oh, it got cancelled.
It was basically got cancelled. And it was, I remember this creature of habit thing because, I don't know, an hour and a half in, I had people that were ground handlers and stuff telling me, it's not happening, mate. We've got an engineering issue, but they hadn't told us. So I'd already gotten up, packed my bag, put my hat on, put my jacket on, put my shoes on.
Ready to get
people
off.
Around me going, what are you doing? I'm like, trust me. We're all leaving.
We ain't going anywhere.
And it's like 40 minutes before they go, so we have to deplane now. So my information is strong.
Right.
And, if you see me putting my hat and shoes on,
what is it, Sid Squad? What are they called?
Just, people I've met through Sid Squad now, you know, they follow me on Instagram and we chat when I'm at the airport. Good times. Anyway, lots to talk about on the private this week. By the way, we got
Solid.
TV shows. I'm going to talk about Harry's birthday week. It's been unbelievable. Yeah. The grand final. We may do a double episode. It's going to be huge.
Hey mate, you're going to have to pay me overtime for a double episode.
I'll pay you double what I normally do.
Yeah.
How's that for a
yeah, that sounds like a deal. Yeah.
All right. No more time for that rubbish. Let's do this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Not a bad price.
With Trevor Long from EFTM.com.
Really handy device.
And Stephen Fennick from TechGuide.com.au.
Great to have your company, episode 702. And if you missed the anniversary episode, hello.
Welcome.
What's going on there?
Wow, a little gremlin in the system today.
I blame Rode. There must have been an update because I didn't press it.
What's doing?
I didn't press anything.
But that's
it went in replay mode.
Elgato's product.
No, but it's set up to replay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch it now, though. Anyway, episode 702, if you missed the anniversary episode, full show available on YouTube. Just look it up, Two Blokes Talking Tech. You can subscribe there as well. However you watch or enjoy your podcast,
and
we
the
appreciate
private
it.
feed is on this. If you're watching on YouTube on Thursday, the private feed's already available.
The link is available for you to watch now.
Look down
Don't wait till Friday night to listen to it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
And as we've mentioned, double bunger this week.
Double.
Was that a firework, a double bunger?
Double bunger, yeah.
Right.
Longer episode. So we haven't even done it yet, and you're already predicting it's going to be longer.
No, I just think it's going to be good value.
Okay.
That's what I'm going.
They're all good value. Mate.
Anyway, thanks to the great people at Netgear and Arlo, long-term supporters of the show, and we'll tell you more about them shortly. Stephen, lovely to be with you, mate.
Likewise, Trev.
It is a big week. Amazon had an event in New York this week, which I wasn't going to go to because there's just too much travel at this time of year.
Yeah, I was off of that trip as well, mate. There was a few things on, namely my son and being home from from Brew. Him and his fiancée went back in Sydney.
I weighed up marriage over content for this one.
Well, it was literally family v travel this time. I would have had to leave the Sunday. We had a really nice lunch with the whole family and all my all our extended friends and family as well. Would have missed it.
So in New York, Amazon announced a lot of devices. I got to tell you, I can't remember. I'm just going to say Amazon. I don't remember a company doing such a large number of device updates. So you got to look at it this way. In the Amazon devices world, there's Echo, the speakers we talk to with Alexa. Ring. There's Ring, the security cameras. There's Blink, their kind of second-tier security camera.
Are they called Blink in other parts of the world too, or is it just in Australia they're called Blink?
No, they're called Blink everywhere.
Blink Echo.
Yeah. And then there's Fire TV, Amazon Fire TV.
Yep.
Those are 4 different kind of arms of the business.
Yeah.
And all 4 of them got basically
across the board
mega
upgrades.
Product overhauls. Now, some of them are just, new chipsets, whatever. Some of them are software. Some of them are complete redesigns, the whole thing. So let's talk Echo speakers first. Eh?
Sure.
So the Echo speakers, and let's think about it. And we park, and if you want to go back and listen to the episode, we talked about Google a month or 3 ago.
Yep.
How they've kind of done nothing for a while.
Yeah.
They've got some announcements in the next 24 hours as well.
Have they now?
None of them are, I can tell you, none of them are based around speakers. So.
So is it Google I/O or something on, is it? Or?
No, it's I don't know what it's called, but there's going to be some Nest announcements, shall we just say.
Nest, okay.
Well, in fact, probably by the time we publish.
I had to reprogram my Nest, my smoke alarms Nest.
Yeah.
And I remember getting an email notification saying test results of the last 12 months, last 30 days, no results to report. I'm thinking, geez, is this thing connected? So I just totally reconnected it from scratch. Yeah.
So in Nest terms, we're talking about cameras and doorbells and things like that. but so by the time this goes to air, you might have had some announcements around that as well. But let's focus on Amazon. And Echo. The reason I bring that up is because Google still doesn't appear to have any interest in releasing new updated speakers with AI and stuff, whereas Amazon 6 months, a year ago, announced their AI push into Echo, required a next kind of level, the latest generations, and it hadn't launched in Australia, but it now appears very clear the AI stuff is coming to Australia, and these new devices, 2 speaker-based, 2 screen and speaker-based.
Yep. So the show and the Dot Max, so it's Dot Max and the Studio.
Yep.
Had a bit of a tweak in the design. It looked quite good, but a lot of the improvements are mainly driven towards audio improvements.
Yeah,
so they sound better. Yeah.
The Dot, I thought the Dot Max was bigger at first, but then I realized it's just a dot, but Max is the bass. Yeah. It's about improving the bass and the sound of it, right? And then the Echo Studio.
Yeah.
I don't think we had this in Australia. But if we did, I didn't know about it because they say this is the improvement on its previous. I'm like, okay, I didn't know there was one before. But this is huge. It's like 15 centimetre.
Wasn't the Studio like a cylindrical one? And it was sort of had the down-firing subwoofer, wasn't it that?
Maybe.
So this is different shape.
Both of these are more spherical, like the spheres that the Echoes have been in the past.
And then the Show 8 and Show 11, which appear to, like from the photo on Tech Guide, and probably you got a similar photo, it looks like they've just stuck a screen on one of the spheres.
That's right.
So see that flat space there on the front? It's like they've just stuck a screen
stuck it on there, yeah.
Do you feel
it may well be that's what they've done, let's be honest.
But again, there's apparently different screen technologies, so the different negative liquid crystal design and in-cell touch screens as well. So you get better viewing angles, and they can also adapt to the brightness of your surroundings as well.
What do you think about the idea of what they call OmniSense, which is sensors and signals that they say make the whole Alexa experience more proactive and helpful? I'm worried that people are going to go, wait, what's it doing what?
Yeah.
It's sensing what now? You know what I mean? Like, they say that because of the improvements to the processor, it's going to respond to the wake word better. So I hope that means, because mine goes off when I was watching a movie for next week. Yeah, Alexa went off. I'm like, no one said Alexa here. What are you talking about? Right. So mine sometimes go off accidentally, and other times you're in a distant part of the room, they don't go off. So I understand this is going to make it more responsive. Yeah. But I also
think, you know what, you got to remember that they're always listening.
Yeah.
People think, well, why is that? Because they're waiting for you to say Alexa, or the other wake
She's
word.
All that's listening in here.
The other wake word is Echo.
Yeah,
that's the other wake word you can have. And because Joe's got one here on her bedside table, and we've got one in our ensuite, and they're both different. I don't want to trigger the same from both speakers.
So you've programmed one to have
one to have Echo, and one has that word.
Why?
Just because they're like within about 10 meters of each other, and if I talk to one, the other one will wake up and play the same or do something as well.
You don't want to wake Joe up?
No. But even when she's not there, though, I don't want 2 speakers playing at the same time.
Okay.
Did you know you could even do that? Change the wake word?
No.
Yeah. You can't just make it any random word.
You should be able to.
It's either Echo or a...
You should be allowed to make it whatever you want. So you can call it, Jeeves
say, hey, idiot.
Well, that'd go off too regularly in my house from when Amanda's yelling at me.
When she's yelling. Yeah.
You knew where I was going with that. Look, I'm excited about this because I can't wait for the AI stuff to come, because it's going to be a negative story, I can imagine, around then. So OmniSense, I don't know how people are going to interpret it, but the idea that it's doing more than just listening.
Well,
it's
what
sensing
more
you.
Can it do though?
I don't know.
It'll maybe sense if you're in the room.
and therefore be more responsive, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, because if it's always listening, even when you're there or not, it would make more sense to be sort of just power efficiency and everything to only have that its ears open when it knows you're in the room.
So add OmniSense to AI, and I think people will freak out. You know how for years, and it still happens a little bit, but certainly in the early days of smart speakers, it was always a story. I remember everyone from Lisa Wilkinson to Georgie Gardner on the Today Show going, yes, but I don't want it always listening to me. What's it listening to?
Well,
it's like,
it can't. Yeah, it's listening for the word.
But then there were some stories of it, taking information, recording stuff. There was all these kind of problems that did exist, right?
Yeah.
There's always going to be those problems. But the idea that AI could be there, I think will freak some people out, but I think its benefits are going to be unbelievable.
Absolutely. Like are you an Alexa household?
This office is Alexa, like all in.
Home, no.
Home, there is.
Sorry.
Alexa, stop.
Sorry.
Sorry. At home, there's a Google speaker in the kitchen, and there is an Alexa in the lounge room, but no one really uses it.
Well, we're an A household at home.
All right.
We've got them. I've got one. I've got the Show 15 on my wall in my office.
Yeah.
And there's one of them in the kitchen that Joe loves.
I've got the little home hub thing over there.
Oh, that's Google, but isn't it?
No, that's the Alexa. The one they released after the 15. Okay. It's meant to be like the hub of the home, and I'm like, it's just really expensive for what it is.
Yes,
if we're honest.
Yes, I've seen.
By the way, Echo Dot Max, which is not a large unit, right? It's a 10 centimeter sphere.
Yep.
At $199.
Yeah, that's
seems steep.
Gone up a bit, huh?
Like Echo Dot or Spot used to be like you get them for like $39 and $79.
Yeah.
So what's happened to the pricing of these products?
They've obviously taken a turn. But so let's look at the Echo Show 8. That's now $349. Was it about that price before? I thought it was $299.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. The Echo Pop on Amazon right now is $47, normally $79. And look, let's be honest, that thing's a front-firing speaker. It wouldn't have great sound, but in reality, people are using these things for playing a bit of music and a bit of this and that.
Yeah. How many people do you reckon have linked it up to Prime and watching stuff on it? You can do that. You can watch
on the show style ones.
The shows, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see myself doing that because of.
And how many people are using them? Because there's a 13 megapixel camera on board too. How many people are doing the drop-ins and video calls? People. Yeah, I'd be interested to see the stats about that, like how many percentage of owners that actually use that feature.
Yeah,
do you reckon it'd be pretty low?
Pretty low.
Yeah,
I think the demands. I think I've got the show that was a hub. It retwists, it rotates, and follows you around.
Oh no, yeah, I got that too. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. So that's sitting kind of behind my monitor. I don't know what it says on the screen.
I can see from here.
I don't care. I don't look at the screen.
I can see. What is that?
I never look at the screen. Okay. So, for me, the screen is useless.
Because it's behind your monitor.
Well, no, because I haven't moved it to be prominent because I don't need to see it. I don't want it. Like, what am I using the screen for?
To watch stuff. Because, you can get it to play news clips and stuff like that. Like,
first world,
it won't play YouTube because it's not Google.
First world problems, mate. Have a look around.
You got plenty of screens to look at.
6 screens or televisions outside of the ones behind us.
Yeah.
At home,
plenty to look at.
We've got a TV in every room.
You sound like my wife. How many more screens can you have on?
Yeah. Like what if I put an Echo Show in the kitchen and said, "Hey, babe, you could watch Amazon Prime on here," she'd be like, "There's a television."
Yeah, TV show there.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Also, I'm not.
Why would I choose to watch on a 15-inch screen when there's a 100-inch TV?
Does Joe talk to the?
Yes,
okay.
yes, she does.
That doesn't sound good, does it? Does Joe talk to Alexa?
Yeah. What is the other one? What was the first one you said?
I said, does Joe talk to the A?
Yes, she does. Mainly to play music and stuff.
Yeah, right.
But she talks more, I think, to ChatGPT than she does Alexa.
What?
Yeah.
On a phone?
Conversations, yeah.
Really?
Various questions and stuff, yeah. She's having a bit of fun with it. She's even her voice it's a female voice, and she's given her a name and everything. And I don't know how often she uses it, but she's engaged in asking her questions about various things. And
hey, ChatGPT, how do I get my husband to do more housework? How do I get him to learn to cook?
Get him to do less other work. Yeah, and he'll do heaps more housework if you want. Yeah. So yeah.
So look, they're good. They're good updates. Look, if you're a basic user like bedside table, are you really playing loud music? I think the old Echo Pops and stuff are fine.
Perfect.
But in a room where you do want music. Yeah. These upgrades are going to be great,
and they're as I said, the audio quality apparently has gone to the next level.
Yeah. So then there's Ring products, right?
Mate, can I just say the Ring products? Sorry, I'll save my powder for the Blink products. The Blink is what I thought you were going to next.
Ring. So
4K.
Again, there's this underpinning across the Ring system of this thing they call Ring Retinal 4K Vision.
Yeah. Is that AI?
It was described to me as essentially them using AI, but using technology to make the best out of the chip and the software. So, for example, an outdoor camera will, for the first 2 weeks of its life, it'll take regular snapshots of videos and it'll come up with the best video settings for that position of the camera.
Okay.
So if you
Based
put the
on the
camera in a
light
really
in the
light
sun,
area,
okay.
it's going to adjust it that way.
That makes sense.
It kind of feels a little weird, like a hard thing to promote.
That's actually a smart idea because you think about it, we're going to put our cameras in all different kinds of positions and angles, and the sun's going to shine in different areas, and that makes a lot of sense. Well, you know what? It's one less thing the user has to worry about. If it does it by itself,
in theory,
you don't have to tweak it.
Absolutely. So they say using AI tuning to create a sharper video to unlock a new level of intelligence on the platform.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
And 4K resolution too now, eh?
Yeah. So
for the first time,
there's an indoor camera for $99. There's an outdoor camera pro for $329.
Yeah.
$429 if you want to do power over Ethernet. Spotlight camera pro second gen $399. $549 if you want to do power over Ethernet. Floodlight camera pro second gen $449, and then 2 new video doorbells $299 and $399. There is no update to the battery doorbell. That stays the same.
It is, but the wired is.
But here's 4K. What's interesting, and I think this might be again for the first time, but correct me if I'm wrong. On the doorbell, the outdoor camera pro, the spotlight camera has an option for what they call plug-in and wired. So I remember with the doorbells, when they first came out, it was like this is a wired doorbell, and the power, the way you needed to wire it was just not normal. So if you didn't already have wires there, it was like, this is too hard, don't worry about it. You think about other cameras that you got to wire in through a Sparky. Well, the plug-in means if there's a power point there, you can actually use a power point.
Yep.
So I think about our door, and I go, we could probably add a power point to the front door area. So then I just don't know where do we run the cable in through the brick and through the gyprock? And I don't know. But they talk about maybe you could put a power point in the roof if you're putting a camera there, and that's where you plug in and stuff like that. So that's what the plug-in option means.
Yep.
So plug-in, wired is essentially hardwired by a Sparky, and PoE means power over Ethernet. If you can run an Ethernet cable out there and your router will run power, boom, you can supply it with power that way.
Yep. But the ring range pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
And upgrades as you'd expect, better quality, better connectivity. Yeah. Now the Blink range. Now I've got to say, my favourite announcement out of the Blink is the mount. The mount.
$35 ARC. Yeah.
You can put 2 cameras in it, and it creates a 180-degree field of view.
Yeah, so you put 2 cameras in it, and it just looks like a 3D printed mount for it, doesn't it? You put them in. These are the little 2K plus cameras. Yep. And then I assume in the app you say these 2 are in the ARC together, and it goes and it merges their vision together. So it's 180. Because remember, a lot of security cameras are 130. Some of them are 160. This is 180. So that's wall to wall coverage.
And like the $89 are the Blink cameras. So
no, the little one, the Mini 2K is $59.
That's the indoor one. They can be used indoor, but outdoors with the weather resistant power adapter.
So the Mini 2K, which is the one that goes into the ARC, is $59. The ARC is priced at $35, which is just the mount, and $109 for 2 cameras and the mount, which is cheaper than buying 2 cameras and the mount.
Unbelievable. I reckon this is the gateway drug to get into the security cameras on the Blink cameras or any kind of cameras.
Yeah.
This is and they've got this unique square shape as well. They haven't gone away from that.
No.
They're square and quite obvious. You want cameras to be quite obvious, don't you? For people to see them.
Yeah, I think so.
But this is the second gen. We've had the first gen of this already, so this is the second generation.
Yeah, I've still got one running out in the backyard of my house.
There you go.
I just have uninstalled the app because I have changed phones so many times. And then the final announcements from Amazon was Fire TV. Now, they've got a new one called the Fire TV Sticks 4K Select. It'll be $89 in Australia. They say it's going to be faster navigation, faster app loading. It's 4K with HDR10+. That's all very good.
Yeah.
But it's no longer Android.
Oh. So
it's
what is
something new called Vega.
It's got a new operating system. Yeah, right.
New operating system
that is more responsive and efficient.
Vega OS is what it's called. Now, here's my concern. when I wrote this at 5 a.m. It said new operating system. I didn't think twice about it, but now that I look at this and I go, okay, I was all in on this because it's $89. Google's gotten out of this space with their dongle. They've gone to the streamer device, which is the set-top box version. I love the dongle in the back of the TV thing, right? So I was going to be like, oh, this is the thing I'm going to recommend to everyone. But the big reason to recommend Google TV or Fire was just Android, so you can download any app.
Yeah.
Mate, I'll tell you right now, is KO, is Foxtel, because Foxtel, so many people want the Foxtel app because they're lunatic Foxtel customers.
Can you get that on can you get that on Google
Yes.
It's working now?
Yes.
Remember, but you couldn't?
You can now.
You can now, okay.
Yeah, but I bet you any money it's not on this.
Yeah.
So Amazon's now decided to use a whole new operating system. They've now got to convince the entire app development community to come on board with a whole new bloody system.
Or is it a case where developers, Android developers, it's sort of got like a what do you call it, where it can imitate it?
An emulator?
Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, emulate? No.
If you're emulating, you're creating the same load that you're trying to avoid with the load times.
So why would they do this? Because it says here all the popular streaming services are there.
Yeah, but they don't know what. Like, here's the thing: does it got the MLB app? Because if it doesn't have MLB,
well, you're out.
It's not as good for me.
Right.
So just like someone else might say, if it doesn't have Foxtel, I'm out.
Yeah.
So
do you think they would have launched this without having taken that into
They
consideration?
don't know. You got to remember, this is an American company dealing with American markets and thinking America runs the world.
Fire Stick isn't actually like a leading product here either, is it?
But it could be if they tried.
Now, is that a HDMI plug on the end of that thing, or is it a USB-C?
Yeah,
is it like a lightning connection?
Oh, my Lord, you're right.
Is USB-C? It
Excellent
looks small,
point.
doesn't it?
It does look small. You know what it probably is? It's probably like a mini HDMI and you've got to have an adapter to load it.
Or it could be just a fat dongle and it is a normal HDMI point.
It could be that too.
I think it's fat. Why would they do that? Because it's supposed to go back in the back of your telly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not in your computer.
Yeah.
So it'll be a regular size HDMI.
Yeah.
I'll be putting that on my product review request list to try it out and to try to download the MLB app on it for you.
Yeah, well, I'm desperate to find out because that's a critical thing. If you lose apps, like you got to have the whole ecosystem. Otherwise, people will just bother with whatever's on the TV.
Exactly right. Why would I change? Would be the question. Yeah. Why would I change what I've already got?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
there you go.
That's Ring, Blink,
Echo, Fire TV, all those. Now, before we talk Arlo, we were gonna say this is security camera month or week.
Yeah.
There's one other that I noticed as well that I'd forgotten about. Swann announced 2 new cameras as well. So it's like, hang on a minute. So they've got 2 new cameras in their Evo range, which is essentially their entry-level range, $139 and $179. These are not their ultra-long-range versions.
Are they 2K cameras?
2K Quad HD, yep.
Right.
Wire-free, 120-degree viewing angle, 2-way audio. So 2 new cameras there. One of them's got a solar panel on the roof, which is pretty cool, built in to the actual device, but they're not their long-range, max range of stuff.
Yeah.
And to top it all off, Arlo
has
massive
got
update to their entire lineup.
For the very first time, they have added pan tilt cameras on board, so you can go into the app and you can literally pan 360 degrees, tilt 180 degrees. You can do that manually through the app, or if you wanted to, you can also allow because it has onboard tracking.
Yeah.
So where you normally get movement because the camera's stationary, just whatever's in the field of view, it's recording. In the case of the pan tilt cameras, if it locks onto an object and it's got room to track it, so say someone walks across your front yard, you're able to see them being tracked across that space.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And they've got an indoor version and an indoor-outdoor version, like a more expensive outdoor version. Although, when you say expensive...
Yeah. I'm going to turn that on because I'll show you.
Okay. So when you say inexpensive, and I've got to say, very sharp pricing.
Mate, crazy
the
good
indoor
pricing.
camera, $79.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now,
and the outdoor version, $119.
I'll just turn off my notifications in case anything random comes through on my phone.
Oh, have you got the actual products or just pictures?
No, I'm going to show. I'm going to turn off the.
You're going to do a pan and tilt.
So this is me this morning, right? So this is 4:31 this morning, right? Me coming down the stairs.
Yep.
Right, and you'll see it sees me. I got to put my shoes on, and then as I walk out of frame, just stand by. See, it follows. So it follows me like that. So that's what it does. It follows you through whatever motion you're you're undertaking. Now, you saw it there. It moves kind of in a
and that's the
jagged
indoor
kind of way.
version.
That's the indoor version.
Outdoor-
$79 for a camera that tracks like
you
that.
can't lose.
And
there is
the
a
thing
privacy mode too.
Yeah, I was just going to say. So that's sitting at my front door.
It puts
right?
its head
But
down.
During the day, as you say, it puts its head down. It's doing
has
nothing.
a little lap. Yeah.
But then at night, it's sitting there going, "Oh, you come through the front door here, buddy. Well, I'm going to follow you as you come in." And so you put the outdoor version on the front of the house. So pan and tilt's not new, right? Uniden have got some awesome pan, tilt, zoom cameras.
Yes, yeah.
But my gripe with them has always been, if I'm pointing the camera there, right, that's where I pointed the last time I used it.
It's going to stay there.
That's where it is.
Yeah.
And then if motion is detected somewhere else, nothing happens. So with these, you put it centrally basically, and if it notices motion here, it'll just follow them where they walk automatically.
But you can set a home position apparently with these, right?
Yes,
so you
that's
can
right.
say, right, this is where I want you to come
You would
back
set
to.
it to be broadly centre
In the middle.
or the main area someone would enter the frame. And so mine just goes back to that kind of front door view. Even if I walk out into the kitchen, it just goes back to the front door after 5 or 10 seconds.
Smart.
Now, it also doesn't require an electrician for the outdoor version.
Yeah, it comes with a really long cable and a little power adapter.
Which reminds me of, so I've got a camera at the front of my house. It's a Nest camera, and it's got a really long cable running through my roof and down into the garage where I've got a power point.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that's where we put the power point and run the cable back through the
That's a
eave.
good idea because I've got power to an old Nest camera down the side of the house. So I might replace it as well, and that way it comes with a bracket. Like you can either mount it directly to like a ceiling, or it's got a bracket so you can put that on the bracket and then mount it to a wall. Yeah. So it still has that extension to be able to move around.
Yes.
And I think the indoor one has the same option.
Yeah. Look, honestly, for $120
it's great.
for the outdoor version and $80 for the indoor.
Yeah. You know what? The indoor one, I reckon, is a great product for good solution for those people who've got pets at home.
Yeah.
So they're at work and they can tune in and follow the pet around and talk to it as well through the two-way audio.
It'll keep an eye on your pet for you.
Yeah.
Now, as a part of this, they've also now updated the entire Arlo range.
Yeah.
So the Essential range, the Pro range, and the Ultra range. Now, in some cases, it's very incremental. So I think on the Ultra, for example, it's there's some chip updates like the image processor. It's USB-C now, little things like that.
Slightly wider field of view.
But it's essentially bringing them all into
dual
2025,
Wi-Fi.
dual Wi-Fi, ready to go.
So dual Wi-Fi means that you don't need to. It'll lock onto the strongest network. You don't need it to be just 2.4. It can go 2.5 gigahertz, 2.4. Which is easy because back in the day you used to have to find the 2.4, which was a bit of a pain.
Which can be a pain to set
devices up. Now
up.
it's very easy to set her up and get it going.
Yeah, really impressive stuff. I thought.
I agree.
Yeah, so there you go, security camera season. We've had a mobile phone season.
Yeah, well, I think it makes sense, because people were sort of moving into the holiday period, and I reckon people are probably thinking about, well, they may be going away for Christmas, and around that time of year, there's I don't know whether the burglars sort of come out to play or what, but I'd say that there are a lot more people taking more notice of their own security now, and I say to people, make them so people can see them. Like, don't hide them away. Make them obvious wherever you install them, because that in itself is a deterrent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people have walked down your driveway unexpected? Mate, not many.
No.
Floodlights come on.
If they do, I've got like 5 different angles on them if they do.
Yeah. No, that's the reason I like having the ones that have the lights.
And I'm loving the captions too. The captions.
Mate,
some very interesting descriptions I find too.
Oh,
some
really?
good ones, yeah.
It
mistakes Joe for Haley and Haley for Joe.
Well, you got but you got to walk it. You got to go into the settings and remove people and actually.
But it says
train it better.
It knows Joe's car. It says Kia Sportage, grey Sportage, and it hasn't recognized. I know I might have recognised my car. I've driven it up the driveway. And it would have seen the badge on it. I think it did say a black Mercedes.
A person wearing a black cap, a tank top, and shorts approaches the front door carrying a white bag. The person places the bag on the ground, then picks up a blue object and places it on the ground before walking away. The person is walking on a stone pathway leading to the front door with a car parked in the background. What the hell was that parcel? Oh, there's someone just delivering a parcel.
Was he in a hoodie?
No, tank top. See, it accurately described the tank top.
If anyone's in a hoodie, you think, oh, okay, that's a criminal.
Look at that. That's actually a really cool description of that video.
Yeah.
If you're watching the YouTube version, that's a very cool description of that video because it's exactly what happens.
Yeah. I like how it also says, things like clear view of the driveway, black sedan parked in carport, and it, when there's some slight movement.
So in the lead up to that event, just to show how much of my home is covered, you can see him walking up the driveway. So he's walking
There's
up
the
the
Cupra.
driveway, right? And it says, a person is walking on the sidewalk. A teal Cupra vehicle is parked in the driveway. 2 children are riding scooters on the sidewalk. Now, let's be clear. That car in that image, the word Cupra is not written there. So it's not reading that. It's seeing the logo.
Oh, wow.
The Cupra logo.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Like-
it spotted Joe's car too. Yeah, look, blue Kia Sportage parked. The video shows blue Kia Sportage parked in a driveway. The driveway is made of concrete, leads to a house with a brick facade, green bushes and grass along the sides of the driveway, trash cans visible near the street. Wow.
We should say, so this is event descriptions in Arlo. Ring also announced that they have event descriptions coming as well.
Yep.
So this is, now we have Swann, Arlo and Ring all doing the AI interpretation of video.
And I think it's still coming to the video search. On
Arlo.
On
yes.
Arlo is coming.
And the
as well.
reason for video search, Ring already has video search. The reason for that on any video platform, but Arlo, is because when you come to your app and you're like, okay, well, I don't know, did that happen? Well, pink shirt, black car.
Yeah.
You can just, so I don't need to scroll through
Cupra.
all the videos. I can go, when did Jackson get home? Type Jackson or type Cupra, and because he was driving it, right?
Yeah.
It is super
Mate,
powerful.
the curfews, I'm glad this wasn't around when I was a kid because my dad would say, "What time did you get home last night?" I went, about 1 o'clock. It was probably like 4:30 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Now there's no lying. Now cameras are there. Cameras don't lie.
Well, the first night I used the Arlo indoor pan tilt camera because I've got it installed now. It's been in for 3 or 4 days. I'm hoping to have enough content that in a few days or a week I can do a review, right?
Yeah.
So the first night, it's a hot night in Wesley. Hot night. So I get up in the 1 o'clock in the morning for a drink or something. I go downstairs and the camera follows me. Oh, awesome! The camera followed me, and then I went, not wearing a shirt. Won't use that. Won't use that in a review.
Oh, I'd pay money to see
No,
that.
you would not. You would want to refund it, my friend.
Wow.
So yeah,
So you're a shirtless sleeper, eh, mate? Is that hot in Wesley?
shirtless sleeper,
Shirtless sleeper.
definitely.
Really? Not
Yeah.
total bollocky, just a shirt off. Hey! Does it pixelate downstairs, mate? Does it do that as well?
I haven't tried that. No,
TMI, mate.
I wouldn't walk downstairs.
information.
Wouldn't walk downstairs like
Mate.
that, Stephen.
Ooh.
Wouldn't walk out of the room like that.
Wow,
I wouldn't.
wow.
I wouldn't get out of bed like that.
Okay.
There's always a shirt on the floor, ready to go,
Right.
in case of emergencies.
And the red Grundies too.
Well, there. I mean, I might be wearing those. We don't need to worry about that. Okay.
You might be wearing them. Oh, please don't visualise that. Stop. Wow. It is getting a bit warm, I've got to say. The T-shirt's coming off,
I
mate.
put the
I'm
fan
normally-
on last night.
I'm normally a T-shirt wearer, and we've still got a quilt and all that, but yeah, it's getting warmer now. I think the T-shirt coming off. So look out.
Joe, my sympathies to you. Sorry about the hot weather. Turn the air conditioning on before it comes
No,
to
we've got a
bed.
big ceiling fan in our
I'd still turn the air conditioning on just to prevent him taking the shirt off.
No, mate. The fan during summer, we got it put in before summer last year.
Make sure you got it in summer mode,
Cracker. Yeah.
not winter mode.
I'm thinking of getting one.
You know,
for,
fans have a winter and a summer mode.
I do.
Okay, just checking.
I've thinking of getting one in my office, my newly renovated office.
Yeah.
I was going to get a split system in there.
Yeah.
But
Mate,
positioning.
it's just you. Get a Dyson.
Yeah, no, I can do that. But there are other fans. You can get a ceiling fan. You can get like a light that's got a fan in it.
That's what ours are. All our bedrooms have.
Oh,
We
really?
don't have lights. We
So
just
they're
got the fan with
internal
the light.
fan, not external fan. They're bladeless. Is that what you mean? Or
What?
You can get a bladeless like a fan. It's like a light, and then the fan, the blades are inside the light unit, and the air comes down the edges
no.
of the light.
No, we've got a proper ceiling fan. The
Yeah.
light's in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's what we've got. Yeah. We've got that in three of all the bedrooms upstairs have got it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
This has been great bedroom talk here on Two Blokes Talking Tech. Just what you tuned in for, folks.
Yes.
Anyway, lots of updates to lots of security cameras. And if you're not reading techguide.com.au and EFTM.com, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why have you been listening to this rubbish for
What?
702 episodes if you're not reading our bloody websites?
Come on. Click on
Or
those.
are you just listening to this, assuming we'll tell you everything's on the website?
click on the sites? Come on.
By the way, if you're listening to this thinking you know everything, because no, that's not true. We select what we're going to talk about here.
Yeah.
We're
There's
very
so much
selective.
we leave out.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Still getting overwhelmed with people asking questions about the NBN speed updates because fast speeds is what we're all getting. And if you've got fast speeds, you want to have that faster speed everywhere through the home. No point getting a 500 megabit speed connection from the NBN in your telco if the bottleneck is your modem or router. Now, if you've got the modem or router that's supplied by your internet provider, most likely not capable of like 500 megabit speeds on the Wi-Fi, especially across the whole home, which is where something like the Orbi mesh system comes in. You put in an Orbi mesh system and you've got yourself reliable, high-speed, often tri-band, Wi-Fi 6, 6E, 7, the latest Wi-Fi technologies across the home so that every device in your home gets the advantage of those new speeds. Well worth a look. You can shop directly from Netgear, and if you've not signed up before, you can sign up to their newsletter, and that'll give you a little discount of your first purchase at the Netgear store. So a great way to get the best deal anywhere from Netgear's website. And you can find out more at netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Look, we spent a long time last week talking about Optus. We have to talk about
the conversation is still going on.
Yeah. They had an outage on Sunday in Dapto.
Single tower.
Single tower. Now, this is a funny thing because, again, these things happen. We get phone calls. People want us to comment on it. And I'm like, I read Optus put out a media statement about a tower outage. And I thought that was strange to start with, but there was clearly some 000 impact, which they mentioned. And the last line of the email was pure gold, directed only at the people who cared to kind of contextualize the scale of this outage.
It was one of 9,000.
This is one of 9,000 towers on the Optus network.
Yeah.
We
picked up on that.
Out of 9,000 failed. Now, why did it fail? We don't know yet. We know that Ericsson runs that tower. We know that their equipment failed. It didn't operate as it was intended to. Was power outage involved? Was any connectivity involved? We don't know. But it failed, and it didn't operate correctly because we also know that there was some 000 impact, and that's not good. That's the issue here, and that's why this is broadly a problem. Because we know that there was, as they previously confirmed, one person requiring emergency assistance was affected by the issue, but was able to subsequently contact emergency services on another phone.
The other statement that they released about the Dapto situation was that they continued to work closely with their technical partner, Ericsson, who their equipment did not appear to operate as it should.
Didn't you find it interesting that they were ready to throw Ericsson under the bus for this one?
Nokia.
But not Nokia.
Not Nokia engineers.
Now, I had a good long chat with a friend of the show, Graham Lynch, who runs Comms Day, which is a subscription newsletter very much read by everyone in the telco industry. And we had a long chat about this because I often go to, the problem is sometimes I feel out of my depth. Right? We're commenting in the media on things that we're interpreting. Yeah. So a tower goes down. Maybe it's a power outage. We don't know. So you kind of go, okay, how does this happen? And so I go to myself, are we reading too much into this? Is this the way the thing's going? And the conversation I had with Graham was interesting. And he wrote this week in Comms Day some interesting things about that we talked about as well that he brought up. The Nokia thing, for example. I look back and they announced the Nokia outsourcing partnership of their network operations in 2017. It was a 5-year deal, so it's obviously in the second tranche of their. It's been renewed in that time, but it's still fascinating that Stephen Roux chose not to throw them under the bus because he wanted to take that kind of Optus responsibility over it. But they did fail in some way, right? And then you go, okay, but now we're getting these instances where there's these 000 failures and the camp-on's not working. So we got the government talking about improving the regulations and oversight and watchdogs.
Yeah.
Go for your lives, whatever. But Graham made the point to me, and it was fascinating that, he wonders whether the regulation, the protocols, what do you call the way a technology is signed off on? When 5G is announced, it's a conglomerate that goes, these are the technical specifications of 5G, right? Okay. So when you have camp-on, there's technical specifications for camp-on. Yeah. Now, do those technical international specifications take into account fully the Australian regulations? Does the international mobile community actually operate in such a way that it meets the obligations of the Australian 000 network? And the question that Graham asked, which I'm fascinated by, is could this be a device issue as well? So, for example, phones in Australia are not tested for their 000 capability before coming to market. They need to be certified for compliance with those specifications, but that can be done internationally in another area that shares our acceptance.
Right.
Think about it, though, when Samsung and Apple announce heart rate monitoring, ECG, we don't go, hey, it's past the FDA. We're fine with that.
No, it's got to go.
We go, no.
The TGA, yeah.
We're going to monitor it and we're going to check it here.
Yeah.
So is there a gap potentially?
Yeah, right.
In the
of that
way
approval.
Like,
yeah.
are all of our devices correctly operating? Are all of our devices correctly going, hey, no, tower's not working correctly, I'm going to use Telstra?
But wouldn't that be like the way the reaction from the communications minister and the government in general is that, you know, this is connection to 000 is a fundamental right, and
absolutely is.
So
no one's disagreeing.
Why wouldn't there be the necessity to meet that specification in Australia? Like, why wouldn't that be a prerequisite for these devices? So is that what you're asking? Whether they do the testing, so it's got to go through testing. So any device released for the Australian networks has to go through testing. So are you asking whether the 000 is part of the testing?
I'm absolutely convinced that 000 specifications is part of the testing.
Yeah,
but do our networks operate slightly differently in the way they're designed at the core to meet the obligations of our regulations, which are vastly different to the specifications that were created for European and Japanese and other markets?
I would say not, because we would have heard of more incidences like this if this would have happened more often and sooner.
When we say more often, like how many triples? So you got to remember, we're not talking about the standard functionality of 000. The 000 works, 112 works. It's all good,
right?
So
is that right? 112 does work as well.
Oh, 100%.
But if 000 works, 112 is going to not work.
They're
either,
exactly the same. They're the same.
So that's not going to work either.
No, that's right. Yeah, my Mark Levy this week talked about it as being satellite. A caller emailed and I said I had to ring in and go, quickly, mate. That's the same. It's just the same. So 112 is the international number for emergency. Right. It works here as well. If you want to call 112, it'll work. No dramas.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that in normal operation, we don't notice that it's not working. Yeah. But when a fault happens, so the Dapto tower goes down, right?
Yeah.
So there's one tower here, it's failed. There's another tower here that's working, there's another tower there that's working. Is there something about this device that was sitting here and connecting to this one going, but hang on, the tower's down and I'm not connecting outwards to 000. Yeah. Why? What is it? The tower at fault?
Is that why the camping on doesn't? I thought when
remember in Adelaide, camping on worked for like 85 calls out of the 600.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So why did those calls work and others didn't?
So you reckon it could be depending on the device people have got?
I'm just saying that absolutely should be part of the investigation.
Yeah, that's fair. Is it the my understanding of camping on is when if your phone says emergency SOS, so you got no signal.
Well, that's your phone has already camped on.
Yeah.
If it says emergency SOS, your phone has already camped on.
Okay. So it means that you don't have
why
just
did
no
some
signal.
people apparently some people were sitting and it takes 40 odd seconds before it camps on.
Right.
Because, it's trying to work out if the tower's working before it goes on and camp on.
40 seconds
in
to
an
wait
emergency.
For that.
It's a very long time.
Yeah.
You got to remember, if everything's operational in the world, then you're never going to know about this stuff. But when a fault happens, whether it's a core fault like happened in Adelaide, whether it's a routing issue which happened in 2023, or whether it's the Dapto issue, is there any failure in the way the devices are connecting to our network that has caused any of these issues? I don't know. So I'm saying that this. So we've got an independent person appointed by Optus to investigate internally what's happened.
Like a consultancy.
Dr. Kerry Schott has been appointed to do that. Now that's the independent third-party inquiry.
Yes.
Then the board of Optus has commissioned a separate third-party consultancy team to undertake another review.
Yep.
So Chairman John Arthur said, on behalf of the board, we've appointed Kearney, a leading global consulting firm. They will begin immediate oversight, quality assurance and verification as Optus uplifts its mobile network management processes and services consistent with required standards, right?
Yeah.
So basically they're saying, listen, here's what that says to me. We don't trust anyone at Optus. Anyone.
Yeah.
No person with the word network in their title or our contractors is now being trusted. This company is now in charge of that.
They're the watchdog.
They're the internal...
For the time being.
They've basically appointed this consulting firm to be a department of Optus.
Right.
That's what I read it as.
And look over everyone's shoulders.
Look over everyone's shoulder and make sure everything's working. And then you've got Dr. Kerry Schott doing the review of what went wrong. And then the government's going to do their own reviews. And look, I think Optus, the chairman coming out and saying that Stephen Roos was appointed 11 months ago, he's here to manage this stuff. Yeah. I think they've got the rubber stamp here on the current management team.
He ain't going anywhere, Stephen Roos. But just want to update on this media statement about Dapto. Some interesting little points here. They did mention the technical partner Ericsson. Their equipment did not appear to operate as it should. To understand the root cause of the issue on a single mobile tower in Dapto, the tower appeared active on the network. Calls attaching to it were impacted and did not transfer to other networks. So that's the camping on issue. Initial assessments indicate that 5G services were operational at all times, but 4G services were not, which prevented calls from connecting. Optus 5G does not currently carry voice services in Australia.
Well, 5G broadly doesn't.
It's mainly data, isn't it?
It's a data network. Yeah. When you hear the term 5G standalone, that is, and Vodafone and Telstra do have 5G standalone. It can do that. And this again goes to the challenge of a modern telco network. So, and is part of this at fault because 3G is now switched off, right? So, for example,
that was my initial question when
3G
this first happened.
is a telephone service that data added onto. 4G is a bit of both, and you've all heard of voice over LTE, VoLTE, which was long discussed by us when we were talking about the switch off.
3G shutdown,
we moved essentially to calls being a data operation. In the 5G world, calls are entirely a data operation. In the NBN world, calls are entirely a data operation. So calls this week on the radio, people going, we should go back to landlines. Do your best, but it's still an internet call.
Yeah,
so
it's a VoIP call actually. Yeah.
Again, I ask myself, and if I was the government, I'd be okay. So let's investigate these specifications, these standards, these devices, and these towers. So every step of the process, from the person's hand right through to the tower that connects us, are they properly configured to handle calls as a priority, especially 000?
Well, you think they would be? Like, just continuing this statement here, Optus's ability to detect the outage was impacted as the Ericsson equipment in the cell tower did not alarm that 4G services were not operational. At our request, Ericsson has undertaken a full health review of their elements of our network. This review found that what has occurred on this cell site is an anomaly they have not seen elsewhere. That's a worry. We're assured by Ericsson that they have their global product development unit urgently analysing this. And to be clear now, the tower is fully operational. This is unrelated to the 18th of September 000 incident. It was related to this cell site only and was not caused by any upgrade or maintenance activity. Our priority is ensuring that Australians can rely on Optus when connected to 000 when it matters most. And we would once again like to deeply apologise to people who are impacted. And on background, they say Ericsson is a major provider of radio technology to support Optus mobile towers and the core infrastructure that manages voice and data. The outage involved one of more than 9,000 Optus towers across Australia. And as has been previously confirmed, one person requiring emergency assistance was affected by this issue, but was able to successfully contact emergency services from another phone.
Yeah.
So that's the Dapto update.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do they go now? What happens now? Are they going to stop whenever there's any little incident? Because I did say on my podcast and on the radio that it's starting to sort of become a little bit like the pitbull story, where there's a pitbull dog attack and now every single dog attack is a story.
Well, they build a rod for their own back here because if they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. If they didn't announce the Dapto outage to the media and we found out about it, they'd be damned for not telling us.
Yes.
They announce it, so it's a massive story. But do they now announce every tower outage?
Well, does every other telco announce? Because that was my question.
On Monday.
How many other telcos have had this drama and not announced it?
How often does a tower go down? Out of 9,000, you've got to expect they go down regularly, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So on Monday, Telstra had a tower outage in Western Australia. And
that affected their NBN or something, did it? Or?
No, a mobile tower. Mobile tower went down. And the West Australian Police posted on Facebook that there was a Telstra tower outage in this location and that emergency calls were being affected. Bullshit.
Yeah.
It was not true.
Really?
The tower was out, but Camp On, everything was working fine. So now we've got a situation where emergency services are announcing...
We're crying wolf.
Announcing a tower outage and freaking people out about 000. 000 worked fine. The Camp On worked fine. They checked it.
So Telstra no doubt fixed that. Did that? I mean, they announced that it was working.
They had to.
Wow.
So does Optus have to announce every we don't say outage, every downtime they have?
Well, you know what? It's getting that way. And if they do, between the three networks, we'll be getting a notice every 20 minutes.
And what will happen is we'll be desensitized to mobile outages in the same way we are desensitized to hacks now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Data
Qantas
breaches.
was hacked millions of customers, and broadly it was a 1 week story.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is now into its third week, this story. Yeah.
It's 2.5. One and a half.
Well, it's the start of the third week. Oh, not quite. It's 2 weeks. We'll be 2 weeks tomorrow.
We've just hit 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks. Okay, cool.
Rightly so. But
Yeah.
let's be clear. If the Dapto thing hadn't happened, all we'd be saying is the Optus board has met.
Yeah.
The Singtel boss and the chairman and the CEO have met with the minister. The minister's annoyed with them. The minister's now under more pressure than anyone because they had all these 000 recommendations they didn't even implement.
Yeah.
So they've got to implement a new watchdog and all this kind of stuff.
Well, I've just seen the headlines up on the TV. They're going to have a 000
Watchdog.
like an ombudsman sort of thing, like an authority.
Yeah. Just, mate.
That will look after the whole thing.
Right. Can I get on
Shouldn't
that?
the networks be doing that on their own, though?
Can I get on that? Like, that's got to be the sweetest gig.
Easy.
Give me 150 grand a year.
Yeah.
I'll monitor 000 and report
Just
on
got to
it.
ring 000 once an hour.
Well, no, but that'll be a watchdog. They're not. They won't technically be doing. They'll just be checking that the telcos are up to spec.
Are doing it. Yeah.
That's all they'll be doing.
Checking that they've checked.
Just more bureaucrats.
Yeah. Another
Just
layer.
what we need.
Another layer. But you know what? I think for the time being, I would have said maybe do that for the time being until we're ready to cut the umbilical, or let them ride on their two wheels, get the training wheels off.
Trainers off.
Then maybe that might be something, I reckon, just to get people's confidence back again. And so how do you reckon? I reckon personally this had zero effect on Optus. I don't think they've had a stampede of people leaving Optus.
Not at all.
And I got asked the question on radio today. Do you reckon people now would consider leaving? I said, well, no, not really, because Optus is probably going to be from now on one of the most efficient networks that you can be on because of all these extra checks and balances that are in place.
Yeah.
So
if there's a stampede of any sort and there's any change in numbers, I'll tell you what it is. It's, as we talked about last week, it's 50,000 or 100,000 people getting another SIM card from another telco.
Just to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's what it is. Two Blokes Talking Tech. We'd always love your views. If you're on the YouTube, you can leave a comment below. Otherwise, you can find out how to contact us at techguide.com.au and EFTM.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly supported by Arlo. Now, earlier we spoke about the new Essential Pan and Tilt security cameras. These offer tremendous value. $79 for the Pan Tilt indoor camera, $119 for the Pan Tilt security camera, which can be used indoors and out. So one is the indoor camera slightly smaller than the indoor/outdoor camera. But like all the cameras in the Arlo range, these also work with the Arlo secure plans as well. So you can receive smart and personalized alerts to store the footage for up to 30 days. So these new Pan Tilt cameras can track motion through 360 degrees. That's a full circle. And 180 degrees as well, indoors and out. And they can track subjects within their vision as well. But they also integrate into your existing Arlo system. If you already have Arlo cameras, these can become a part of your ecosystem at home to give you that the possibility of perhaps covering a wider area. You might have a part of your property that's actually quite big. You've only got one place to put a camera. This will allow you then to cover that wider area with the Pan Tilt cameras. So well worth checking out. And at these prices, I think if you're already in the Arlo family, these are irresistible. Get on board. These will add a lot more functionality to your setup. Also expand its view as well to give you even more peace of mind. Check them out at arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
All right, well, the most interesting Xbox of some time is about to launch, and that is not a new Xbox Series X or Series S or
It's the ROG.
anything of the sort. It's the ROG Xbox Ally, and there's two of them, the Ally and the Ally X. Now, the Ally is essentially $1,000. The Ally X is $1,600. They are different. There's different colors for a start, but they are essentially processor and performance and speed differences. These are the ROG Ally is not new. There's a previous model out. It's essentially a handheld Windows computer, right?
Correct.
But the ROG Xbox Ally is unique in a couple of ways. Firstly, the hand grips have been designed to very much emulate your Xbox, so that it feels like you're holding an Xbox.
It's really an Xbox, isn't it?
Secondly, it has the Xbox logo on it and in the name. Like, this is legit rubber stamp endorsed by Microsoft.
It's an Xbox anywhere, isn't it?
This is a super exciting product because you think about, I don't know, Call of Duty, Forza, Horizon, games that you just love to play. And you think about on a plane. My God, what a cool way to fly. People like my kids just, sitting on the lounge instead of having to take over the TV, whatever. This is a super exciting product.
Do you think this is going to be as appealing as the Switch? Switch's got a massive audience,
it's a different
and the
audience.
Switch is just the Switch, right? Where this brings with it the cachet of being an Xbox, right? So it is.
I mean, so Harry had a birthday party on Saturday with we had 10 kids around, and we had 3 Xboxes set up, a Switch, and 2 simulators. So it was a pretty
Who needs an arcade? Just
pretty
go to
solid
Trev's
party.
house.
Well, we didn't hire a game bus. We instead just got Dad to do it all. But they played the Switch, the 4-way split playing games. They played Xbox 4-way split playing Minecraft and things. This I don't think this is comparable to a Switch, other than it's a new era in handheld gaming, basically.
Yeah.
Now there is a slight potential negative here, which I don't think will be uncovered truly and properly until reviews come out, but also Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
Oy.
Because
Finally. It's only how many years late?
Grand Theft Auto 6, when it comes out next year, is coming out first on console.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
Xbox, PlayStation, etc.
Of course.
It won't work on this.
Just too much grunt.
No, because this is an Xbox PC platform. So there are, and look, I didn't understand this, but Daniel was explaining it to me, who writes for me at EFTM. He was explaining that some games are made for console and then later released on PC. This will play PC compatible Xbox games. So you just need to be wary that's a little caveat in terms of what it really is. It's not running any game that's on the Xbox. It's running Xbox PC games.
It says here it's powered by Windows 11.
That's correct. It's a Windows 11 computer.
Yeah. But it does have the Xbox.
But when you boot it up, it's just Xbox. It's the Xbox home interface.
It's got an Xbox skin.
Everything.
Yeah.
But the games that will be available to it in the Xbox store, for example, are from the Windows gaming store.
From the cloud.
So if games, download to a PC, but they're not console games.
Right.
So when a game like
that's a big difference.
Call of Duty would be different because I'm sure they release Call of Duty on PC at the same time as they do console, right?
Correct. Yeah,
but my understanding is that Grand Theft Auto is gonna release on console and then later, 6 months, a year, who knows, on PC.
Yep.
So that will be a somewhat of a negative to it, but it won't worry me because the games I play on Xbox are things like Forza Horizon. I might put Call of Duty on it.
And they work okay or no?
Totally, yeah.
On this?
Yeah,
okay.
Because they're available on the PC version.
Call of Duty is the new games out in November. Yeah. Black Ops 7.
$15.99 for the premium top end.
That's an investment.
ROG Xbox Ally X. Mate, for someone that loves their gaming, though.
Yeah, to take it wherever you want, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And even the $1,000 one, which is a great experience still. They both have a 7-inch full HD, 120 hertz refresh.
So what is the main differences? The same screen size and quality. It's the processor.
The ROG Ally
AMD
X
Ryzen.
is more high performance. Ryzen AI Z2. It's got 24 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte hard drive SSD, and a larger battery, 80 watt.
That's how much more expensive?
$500. $600 more.
Right. And that's okay. That will, mate. I'm sure people will happily pay that extra dough for that the faster processor.
I think this is a really exciting product. I think this will be the game. It's going to be tough because Switch is got such a cult thing going on about it that it was so popular when it came out.
Switch
was also Switch 2. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, this year it was also much more expensive. It was like an $800. Like Switch 2 is expensive.
Is it $800?
It's what I have to check.
Not as expensive as this one.
No, but it was far more expensive than the original Switch.
Ah, okay.
And I would argue this is a better value because of the number of games you can play. Switch is somewhat limited.
It's a Windows 11 computer, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, so your options are, I love my gaming so much that I want to take it with me, right? Yeah. I buy a big gaming laptop, $1,500, $2,500, $3,000, right?
But it's a big laptop.
Chunky, lights up, all that kind of stuff, and I can play my games anywhere. Or, hang on a minute, I can get this handheld thing, and we're off to the races.
It's like basically holding a controller with a screen in it.
Yes. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So it's going to be a super exciting product. Comes out mid-October.
Yeah, I think they've got I'm going to see it next Wednesday. They've got a little launch event next Wednesday down in the city somewhere.
It's going to be super exciting.
W.
Stand by for that one, folks.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Now, I wrote on, and I was invited to this event in Maui and didn't go.
So was I. It was a quick no from me.
Didn't go.
Maui, beach, shirt off, no way.
Yeah, I thought, well, you know what? I just couldn't quite make it work for myself, but it was by a Qualcomm event, and they released some new chips here that they're claiming to be the world's fastest mobile chip as well. One of them, the Elite Gen 5 series here. These are system on a chip. So basically what the Apple silicon is, the A19 and the M chips. I think the M chips are the system SoC, system on a chip. So Qualcomm's claiming here they've got the Snapdragon X2 Elite, the Snapdragon X2 Elite Extreme. So one for mobile, one for PCs. They're going to allow for now. Do you reckon we need faster multitasking?
I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
Do we need to have this conversation?
Well,
so I don't go to Maui for a chip launch because I don't see the headline in it, right?
Yeah,
it can be written up as an article. It's definitely not going to be on Today's Show.
Well, I'll ask you
right?
this question: if Apple invited you to a chip launch, would you go?
Well, we wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
No, we wouldn't know in advance. And also, in my defense and their defense, they did do a chip launch. It was extravagant. It was big, but they announced new devices.
Yes, of course.
And so, yes, I have reported on new silicon from Apple, but it was easy to report on because it's these new laptops that have got this crazy battery life and bye-bye Intel. So that was the story. It's like they've moved away from Intel.
I remember that.
Whereas, this is like Qualcomm's got a new chip. They had one last year. There's going to be one every year. I don't know that. Well, I think there's a percentage of people, maybe 5% of people, who look at what chips in a mobile phone.
Well, I think it's becoming,
I don't think most people do.
I think it's becoming a more competitive space because you got to remember, right? So Qualcomm's customers are not us.
No.
Qualcomm's customers are Samsung, Oppo, all these companies,
100%.
Microsoft, who want to put their chips in their devices and then market those devices to customers.
Yeah.
And to market those devices to customers, they want to be able to brag about a few features, including speed, battery efficiency, performance, all these things that I think people are paying more attention to nowadays. And that's the result of the silicon that's on board, especially now with AI. We're using AI on our devices, on our mobiles, on our computers.
Yeah.
That's now becoming such a daily part of people's workflow.
The most important thing about these new chips is battery life.
Yeah, well, that's another advantage of these chips is their battery efficiency. And we saw already the first batch of Copilot Plus Snapdragon PCs had stupid long battery life that we'd never seen before, only a result of that efficiency they can create now. And now with this one, which is apparently even better, I'll be happy to check out a device that have these chips on board to see it for myself. But it's going to be they're going to be in a lot of devices that we're going to be talking about from now on. So I think, significant announcement this one.
All right, well, if you care, go to techguide.com.au and read about it there.
There you go.
I won't be.
You mean won't be reading it?
I won't be.
I just told you the best bits. There's more to read. Go to Tech Guide.
Oh,
yeah. Go to Tech Guide. Click on a few.
I looked. He scrolled to the bottom.
Click on the ads.
We're good. Oh no, there's another whole paragraph. He could have given us more, folks.
Mate,
he could have given us more.
That was a solid clip in there. There's 500 words there. What do you average on your stories?
I've never counted.
Yeah, I do read some of your stuff, and they're short and sharp. Short and sharp. Short, sharp stuff.
What do you need?
Yeah, no, good.
Tell people what they need to know.
I'm sort of a bit more eloquent in my descriptions of various things, and it's the writer coming out of me where I've got to explain in more detail.
We're different humans. That's why people read both our sites.
That's it.
Is that right?
I hope so.
All right, very good. Look, that's enough.
That's it. Okay, that's enough. Trav's had enough. Right, get your old lady blanket out.
We've got a double bunger private to go.
You got an old lady blanket to put on him?
I've got a Hisense blanket here. I sometimes put it on when I'm watching a movie.
You snuggle? Do you snuggle up?
Yeah.
Really?
Sometimes I'll just go, you know what, I need, yeah.
Wow, okay.
I think I had the blanket on while I was watching The Dark Knight.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
You little snuggy little blanket.
Why not?
Little blankie.
Sometimes you want to be comfortable.
Absolutely.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.